Okay, people. So I love it when you get a good recommendation. You know what I mean? And it was always something that I don't know, right? Because the image on the viewing library, I don't know, it just caught my eye, right? So I was always thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna check that one. But then shit, I forget. I think it was Izzy, right? Said, hey, minutes is great. And people, minutes is great, right? It is yeah, the new film from Alix Eve and Olivia Dowd, right? They directed it, they produced it, and they co-wrote it along with the stars of the piece, Ella Dacres Dacres. I know, I think that's right, and Ellie Porter. So yeah, they played Harriet and Jordan. All right. So the gist of this 14-minute little gem is it spans the entire relationship of Harriet and Jordan and is a queer rom-com for our times. Developed via several devising and improv workshops, the film uses a series of vignettes to explore communication, codependency, self exploration, and queer joy. I don't really know what queer joy is. You know what I mean? I feel it's just joy, right? But yo, minutes be the shit. You know what I mean? So we start off. There's a birthday party happening, and yeah, Harriet comes out, right? I think it's Harriet. I might have the names the other way around, but anyway, sure he comes out, you know what I mean? Get some air, smoke a little ciggy, right? And Jordan is already outside doing the same. She's babysitting, right? So we just kind of have that first a little meeting, you know, and we just get to see this. Then we see them coming home from a date, right? And as I said, it's all these little vignettes, but they all connect, right? They make sense the way everything you're seeing. It's not like, oh, we're seeing this and then it's jumping to that. And you're like, wait, but how would they get from? Because obviously it doesn't have to fit a timeline, but you want to see these little snapshots of life, you know, kind of in this in a certain way where you go, yeah, so if we see them there, it would make sense that the next stage would be probably that. And then yeah, so we see them moving in and we see them, you know what I mean, like all of these things in this order, it makes sense, but we see it and it's cute, man. It is super fucking cute. They really nailed that, right? The energy is right. You know what I mean? Like it's just like, oh yeah, not to be a dick, but it's kind of shoes off. He's like, oh, you think I'm staying? Well, aren't you? Aren't you staying? Yeah, I'm staying. Right, and it was just that, like they got the cadence right. They just got everything right. You know what I mean? It worked. It's friggin' enjoyable as fuck. You know what I mean? Like that first kiss. You know, just the way it's the positioning, right? It's the way they're sitting there and then they kind of turn and it's those little half looks and the smiles and the like looking down and just the coyness and it's just like, yo, you're just like, fuck, motherfuckers, you're warming my motherfucking heart. What are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, shit, okay. You know what I mean? It just made you fucking happy. But then we see the pitfalls of the relationship and everything like that. But it's like, little arguments, little things that you're not seeing eye to eye in. You know what I mean? Those promises that you make and you don't back up, right? We see all of that, all of that. And they don't go over the top. Right? I think that's one of the great things here. They don't go over the top with arguments, right? With fallings out. And even they do the good thing of sometimes you have an argument, but then you're still gonna do a thing, right? It's still like, okay, let me sort that out for you. Because I mean, and it's something people don't seem to get. Sometimes you can be irritated by a motherfucker, but you're ride or die, you know? So you've still got someone's back, right? You can still love someone and be frustrated as hell by someone. And they were able to encapsulate that. And I don't think everyone does do that. So it was it was such a joy to watch this. You know, and just yeah, they made this thing work so well. Right? I will say, I will say, these ladies can't dance for shit. Nah, I'm saying it, man. I'm saying it. Yo, you should. I'm calling these chicks out, right? Ella, Ellie, yo need dancing lessons because that was some pitiful shit. That was some pitiful shit. But it did look like you were having fun. It did look like you were having fun. So, yo, that's all good. You know what I mean? That's flavor. But yeah, it's just these scenarios, like having those impromptu dance parties, man. We've all done that shit. I mean, I hope you've done that shit because that's always fun, people. You know what I mean? It's just doing these different things, having those conversations, right? It all fit nicely, you know? Minutes, it is minutes. It's first I said it's 14 minutes, but it it doesn't waste that time. There is no flab on this film. It's a lean, mean, emotional machine. You know, it really is. It really is. Can I just say as well, right? Firstly, I've never heard of the hand food game. The other thing is, how the fuck is that spaghetti bolognese? I like that made no sense to me. I'm like, how is that spaghetti bolognese? Like, please explain it. Yeah, I mean, you can't because I'm talking to myself right now. But yo, that wasn't how you get spaghetti. Yeah, it's crazy. But it kind of seemed like it's the eye game. Nah, I'm like, no, like that makes no sense. But the first one, yeah, I'm possibly gonna steal that. So yeah, sue me. Actually, don't, because I'm joking. But it would look fun. All right, people. Yeah, definitely go check minutes out and keep an eye on these peoples because you got a feeling that Alix, Olivia, hey, they really crafted something nice here. So I've got a feeling this ain't gonna be the first time we see these young ladies at Flare or anywhere else, you know? So yeah, people, go check out Minutes.